1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's Sunday afternoon here at Dominico Field. Thomas West alongside Zach Benoit this afternoon. The Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Guelph Royals. Sam Green on the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Yomar Concepcion on the other side for the Guelph Royals, pitching a couple of years, a 3.46 ERA last season with Guelph. And Sam Green is looking to continue the strong play that he started midway through last year, and he had a nice relief outing on the mound last time we saw him here at Dominico Field.
For sure, and you know, it's another beautiful day here for baseball. Can't wait to get this one underway. Leafs riding high after another win against those London Majors. They went to their hometown and beat them 9-3.
Yeah, 9-3. The highlights in that game, and the big one was Justin Mara getting his first home run of the season, the guy who led the Toronto Maple Leafs in home runs last year. And it took him 10 games to get his first one last season, but now he gets one on his third game of the year. And really, Zach, the game story this afternoon is the Toronto Maple Leafs are playing 3 games in 3 days, which is always difficult. And the depth of their pitching is certainly going to be challenged today, but the Guelph Royals may be catching a little bit of a break because their game against Kitchener postponed yesterday, so they haven't played since Friday.
Yeah, these Guelph Royals coming into this game, they're pretty hungry. You know, like you said, Toronto has played a lot of baseball so far. 4 games to just the few by the Guelph Royals. So one team should come out hot. Obviously, the depth, like you said, will be tested for Toronto.
So the Toronto Maple Leafs will certainly have a test for their bullpen depth. A couple guys that weren't used yesterday, you'd have to assume Daniel Procopio would be one of the guys that's available today. And Sam Green doesn't usually go more than 2 or 3 innings in terms of his outings. This is more of an opener situation today for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and then they'll be turning to the bullpen probably after 3 or 4 innings of work. They'd be lucky maybe to get 4 with Sam Green on the hill this afternoon. So this is just the second game of the season for the Guelph Royals, and J.D. Williams has been off to a great start. He's leading off this afternoon. J.D. Williams batting 1,000. He was 4 for 4 in the Guelph Royals' first game against the Hamilton Cardinals. That was a game that they won pretty handily. Green's 1-0 pitch, that one's inside. Sam Green, a 4.50 ERA in just 2 innings of work. He last pitched against the London Majors in the first game of the season.
Yeah, in that appearance, like you said, 2 innings pitched. He had 2 hits, struck out 3, but also walked 2. So he'll be looking to try to rebound today. Just a little bit better performance. Obviously, maybe drop that walk number down.
2-1. Pitch is swung on and missed. 2-2. Green's 2-2. Swinging a foul off. J.D. Williams playing in his hometown from Toronto, Ontario, a 26-year-old standing at 5'11". Played in the Cincinnati Reds organization for a couple years. And then from 2015 to 2018 for Quebec in the Frontier League.
And he's putting up a good at-bat here against Sam Green. Found off some tough pitches, staying alive.
Pitch is way inside, now a full count, and the leadoff hitter is making Sam Green work here early on. Here's the full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the afternoon for Sam Green.
Coming out of the gate with some authority right there is Green. Getting that first strikeout of the day out of the way.
So here's Brando LaRue, who was 1 for 4 against the Hamilton Cardinals in his first game. Sam Green delivered strike 1. And now here's the 0-1. Swinging, it's fouled back. Sam Green ahead in the count. 0-2.
So far, really liking how Sam is just attacking these hitters, getting out ahead of them early.
7 strikes and 3 balls to start the afternoon for Green. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just outside. 1-2. Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Justin Mara throws down to first, and 2 for 2 for Sam Green. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. That's his 5th strikeout of the season. Good start for the Maple Leafs righty.
And this is what you want to see if you're the Maple Leafs. Obviously, playing the 3 games, the depth pitching, it really was going to be tested. Sam Green so far doing a really good job stepping up to the test.
Ethan Hammond had a couple walks, and he was also 3 for 2 against Hamilton, scored a couple runs. First pitch is well inside. Hammond coming out of Oakville, Ontario. Hammond, a 22-year-old for this Guelph Royal team. Lots of young players in the lineup. Another young guy, Tristan Pompey, is on deck, but he might not get an appearance as this was grounded to Dan Mara. Throw on to first, and that'll end the inning. A clean 1-2-3 for Sam Green as we head to the bottom of the first, and the Toronto Maple Leafs coming up. Jose Vinicio will lead things off for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Vinicio has had a hot start to the season. .308 batting average. Couple doubles as well. And the first pitch from Yomar Concepcion is up and away. Yomar coming out of La Romana, the Dominican Republic. In 2021, signed a pro deal with the Chinese Professional Baseball League, the Fubon Guardians. Played a couple of years though in the Intercounty Baseball League. Last year pitching to a .364 ERA in 12 games. 8 of those were starts. This pitch is up and away, 2-1, and the numbers for Concepcion are really good in terms of strikeouts. Well, at least they were last year in the regular season. 67 strikeouts in 59 and a third innings pitched.
Yeah, last year having 67, year before that 71.
Ground ball to shortstop. That's going to be an infield hit for Jose Vinicio as he's aboard to lead off the afternoon for the Maple Leafs. And here's Justin Mara, who hit the first and only home run the Maple Leafs have hit this season.
Mara, big reason why they took that game yesterday against the London Majors. He went 2 for 5 with that big swing, 3 RBIs, and he walked once.
Big 3-run shot. And maybe even more notable is the pitching from Ryan Burnside last game. Ryan Burnside, 6 innings, just 2 runs. And a guy who pitched to a pretty high ERA in his first couple of years, but Ryan Burnside coming in and pitching really well. And remember, he catches as well, so he's a really valuable guy. And by the way, he's the DH this afternoon for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
A little bit of everything in that utility belt.
Pitch inside, 1-1. And another guy we should talk about as well is, this is the first time we're going to get a look at him here at Dominico Field, is Jesse Hodges. He was the DH, went 2 for 5 last game, and a guy who's really a Team Canada legend, playing in a whole bunch of different outings for them. Played in the a few Team Canada junior events, and then as well helping Team Canada in their Olympic trial run. Jesse Hodges is in left field this afternoon for the Maple Leafs. 2-1 here to Justin Mara. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 3-1. And what's really exciting is I was talking to Jeff Lounsbury the other day, and he said Jesse Hodges is actually going to be a pitcher as well for the Toronto Maple Leafs this season. And this is something we've never seen Jesse Hodges do at the professional level when we saw him playing. Because here's the 3-1 to Justin Mara. There goes Jose Vinicio. Check swing, didn't go. Throw down, didn't matter. It was ball 4. First and second, nobody out. Jose Vinicio would have had that base stolen by a mile. But just to get back to Jesse Hodges, I mean, he's a guy who we've seen play professional baseball, and he had a cannon coming from third base. So it'll be really interesting to see how that translates to the mound. And Coach Lounsbury says that this isn't just something he's doing on a one-off. He has been working on this and trying to become a pitcher. But boy, it'll be fun for not only people here at Dominico Field, but all baseball fans to see what this transformation looks like.
For sure, and like you said, we know he has that booming arm from the days he played over at third, and why not see what you can do on the mound. So it'll be an interesting weapon for sure for the Maple Leafs to see and use this season.
The radar gun I'm hearing, and this is all rumor, has been close to 90, so high 80s for Jesse Hodges. That'll play in the Intercounty Baseball League.
We like that.
Vinicio going, didn't get a great jump. Here's the throw down, he beat it anyway. Jose Vinicio looked like he might have slipped a little bit when he was jumping down from second base, but he steals the bag. Justin Mara remains at first base. That was just pure speed. A good throw would have got him, but that was pure speed down there to third base by Jose Vinicio. The throw was just a little bit high.
That'll be his 4th stolen base of the season, tying him for the team lead with Yoshi Higashihara.
Swinging a ball, hit in the air by Jordan Castaldo, backtracking to the wall and making the catch. That'll be an easy tag and come home for Jose Vinicio, and the Toronto Maple Leafs take a 1-0 lead. Ashton Patterson's out there in left field this afternoon for the Guelph Royals, and then Tristan Pompey is in center. Ellis in right field, then Barlis, Theroux, Williams, and Hammond from left to right on the infield. Here's the ball hit on the ground at third base. It's bobbled by Darius Barlis. That might have been an infield hit anyway. And Jesse Hodges is on with what will probably be an infield single and his third hit as the Toronto Maple Leafs.
And just kind of the tone we've been seeing so far in the first 3 games of the season for the Maple Leafs is this offense just keeps on booming. They scored 9 runs against London last game out, and against Barrie scored 10. So really, after the opening day jitters they had in the first couple innings, this offense has been on a roll, and it's continuing here today.
Yeah, that game against the Barrie Baycats, probably one the Toronto Maple Leafs would have thought they should have won, with a 4-run lead in the 9th inning, and then gave up 5 in the 9th to lose the game 11-10. Concepcion delivers over the outside corner, a strike to John Salazzo. John Salazzo with just 1 hit in his first 8 at-bats this season. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
He has a good opportunity right here to kind of help his squad out a little bit more. Obviously already up 1, see if they can put up more crooked numbers.
Concepcion deals 1-2, outside 2-2. Runner at second base is Justin Mara. At first base is Jesse Hodges. Salazzo trying to cash in that runner. There goes Justin Mara. He had an unbelievable jump from second base, and he steals third easily. And I'm wondering right now if the Toronto Maple Leafs might have picked up something in Yomar Concepcion's delivery, because they have been stealing bases at will, and Justin Mara is not a guy who steals a ton of bases, but he knew when that ball was coming to the plate, and he got a great jump. That's
a fantastic read by Mara on the base paths. A huge 90 feet.
There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout on the afternoon for Yomar Concepcion, and it's a big one. It's now 2 away, and the Maple Leafs will need a hit to cash in that runner from third. Greg Carrington steps in. Good start to his season. 3 for 6. A .500 batting average. He's played in just 2 games. Greg Carrington has 3 hits. He's also scored 3 times and walked 3 times. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
He had a big day against Barrie. Went 2 for 4, 2 RBIs, and scored once in that game.
Pitches well inside, 1-1. Mara at third, Hodges at first.
Someone is. I'm just doing the graphics.
Oh, okay. Where does that appear?
So this goes out on our YouTube page on live stream again.
Oh, okay.
High fastball swung on a miss by Carrington. 1-2. Yomar Concepcion trying to limit the damage here in the first inning after giving up a couple hits to start things off. Pitch swung on and fouled at the plate. Greg Carrington was way in front of it, but just got a piece. Infield and outfield played straight away for Carrington. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Slow breaking ball got him swinging. Carrington strikes out, but the Toronto Maple Leafs cash in 1 in the first inning on a couple of hits and a sac fly by Jordan Castaldo. We head to the top of the second inning, and the Guelph Royals are coming up. Top of the second inning, the Toronto Maple Leafs leading 1-0 over the Guelph Royals. This is Thomas West alongside Zach Benoit. Sam Green on the mound for another inning of work. One of our broadcast members before the game turned to me and saw a guy walking into the field and said, "That looks like Dalton Pompey." I said, "Well, that's because it's Tristan Pompey, his brother." He's the batter for Guelph, the cleanup guy this afternoon, as he was in their game one as well. Big swing and a miss, 2-1.
Obviously last year, Tristan's brother Dalton playing on the Guelph Royals, but carrying on the Pompey legacy is the younger brother.
Pitch is outside. Yeah, Dalton was a valuable piece for this Guelph Royals team. Dominant on the base path, fantastic defensively. Also hit well over 300. What you would expect from a guy who played in the major leagues. Tristan hits one on a line to shortstop Jose Vinicio. One away. So a funny thing that I'm looking at here for Sam Green, as his first pitch to the former Toronto Maple Leaf, Jeff McLeod, is down and in, is the last time Sam Green pitched, and it wasn't against the London Majors, was September 6th of last year. Sam Green's last 4 outings have all came against London. Just happens to have gone down that way.
I think it's safe to say he's happy to be seeing the Guelph Royals here today instead of the London Majors.
Yeah, historically, London has certainly been a difficult team over the last couple of years. What with their back-to-back championships. Sam Green's 2-1 to McLeod. Check swing didn't go, and the pitch was just outside the strike zone as well, so now 3-1. Pitch is just over the inside corner. McLeod thought that might have been ball 4, but instead a full count.
Nice pitch right there, catching that corner, like you said, by Green.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sam Green climbs back into the count and then gets Jeff McLeod, and there's 2 away.
So far, Sam Green looking well rested and amped up for this start today. Faced 5 batters, struck out 3 of them. He's doing a great job for the Maple Leafs on the mound right now.
This is Ellis standing in now for the Guelph Royals. And then Keys on deck, hopeful of an at-bat. Pitch to Ellis is fouled off. 1-2. Sam Green already with 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. 1 pitch away from getting 1 more. The 1-2. Swinging a ball popped up. This one might be playable. And it's caught by Jordan Castaldo playing first base this afternoon. 2 perfect innings for Sam Green. 6 up and 6 down. As we head to the bottom of the 2nd inning, we'll be back in just a couple moments. Ryan Burnside is going to lead things off for the Maple Leafs in this bottom of the 2nd inning. Burnside fantastic on the mound last night. Now the DH for the Maple Leafs. Pitch is inside. Ryan Burnside coming over from the Hamilton Cardinals last season.
You're talking about him on the mound. Well, 6 strikeouts for him.
Here's a little tapper. Tough play. Throw to first. Got him. Just in time. Concepcion with a great play coming off the mound to get Burnside. Dan Mara's off to a hot start this season. 5 at-bats, a couple hits, and one of them was a huge one on opening day here for the Toronto Maple Leafs as he brought them back within one with a 2-run single to center field in the 8th inning. And that opening day game saw the Maple Leafs score 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th to win the game against London. Dan Mara with 2 outs ripped a single to center field and cashed in a couple of those 5 runs.
Really opened the floodgates for this Maple Leafs offense, and they've just been rolling ever since.
One and one, the count to Mara. Ryan Santos on deck for the Maple Leafs. Been flip-flopping between the number 1 and number 9 spot.
When you have the speed that young man has, 1 or 9 is okay.
And Jose Vinicio has actually been knocking in some RBIs lately as well. So he gives that production from the leadoff spot. Be nice to get the number 9 hitter on base for him. Ground ball to first base. Easy play for the first baseman Ethan Hammond, 2 away. Santos lays down a bunt, play to third, Barlos's throw just in time to get the speedy Ryan Santos as he was trying to get on for Jose Vinicio to try and catch him in. Vinicio will lead things off in the bottom of the 3rd inning, but for now, 1-0 Toronto Maple Leafs and the Guelph Royals coming up. Brendan Keys leading things off for Guelph. Top of the 3rd inning, Maple Leafs up 1-0. Sam Green on the mound. He's 6 for 6 so far, 6 up, 6 down. First pitch to Keys, swing and a miss, strike 1. The 0-1. Just outside 1-1. The Toronto Maple Leafs defensively are lined up as such. Jesse Hodges is out there in left field. Ryan Santos playing center, and then Greg Carrington is in right. John Salazzo at third base, Jose Vinicio at shortstop. So the pitch is up and in. Dan Mara at second base, and Jordan Castaldo is playing first. Justin Mara behind the plate. Sam Green and a 2-1 count to Brandon Keys. Breaking ball that time, inside corner. 2-2.
The pitch mix from Green really has just been phenomenal to start off the day. Good job just keeping these Guelph hitters guessing.
2-2. Swinging a ball fouled off. That was the 36th pitch that Sam Green is throwing in the top of the third inning. 21 strikes and 15 balls for Green. Brandon Keys was 1 for 2 with a couple RBIs last game against Hamilton. Slow ground ball to second base. Dan Mara throws to first, 1 away. That'll bring Darius Barless to the plate from Orangeville, Ontario. Still looking for his first hit of the Intercounty Baseball League season. 0 for 5 against Hamilton. Fouled off, 1-1.
One thing that's really been working for Sam Green so far today is he's been missing barrels. And the hardest contact coming off the bat of Tristan Pompey when he lined out to shortstop. Other than that, it's been a lot of soft contact to the infielders, a lot of missing the barrel in general with the strikeouts. So far, it's a really, really good day out of Sam Green.
And even that line drive by Tristan Pompey didn't have much gas on it. It was a relatively routine play for Jose Vinicio. Two one. Another one chopped back to the screen, foul. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sam Green gets Barless.
Green has come to play today. Another strikeout, 4 on the day by the young man.
Sam Green's first pitch. Just outside. This is Ashton Patterson, the batter. 0 for 3 last game, but walked a couple times and came in to score. Both times he was on base. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ashton Patterson coming out of Kitchener, Ontario. Played for the Guelph Griffins in the OUA. 2-1 the count now. Ashton Patterson is 22 years old, stands at 5'8". Pitch up and in, now 3-1. Sam Green at risk of surrendering his first base runner, and it comes with 2 outs, and not the time to do it with J.D. Williams looming on deck. The 3-1 right down the middle. 3-2. Four strikeouts for Sam Green. He'd love another one here. 3-2. Over the inside corner, strike 3 called. 5 on the afternoon for Sam Green. He's through 3 perfect innings. And the Toronto Maple Leafs continuing to lead the Guelph Royals 1-0. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. Like between Maple Leafs shortstop Jose Vinicio will lead things off. And it's worth mentioning again, Sam Green for the Maple Leafs just dealing on the mound, Zach.
Absolutely. I mean, 5 Ks. He's faced the minimum through 3, and it's just been great work. Really, that was the story off the top of from the start of the game of how is this pitching staff going to respond after having 3 games in a row. So far, Sam Green stepping up to that task.
First pitch, a strike to Jose Vinicio, and Sam Green, a guy who's not going to give the Maple Leafs a whole lot of length. I mean, he, in my eyes, was more of an opener today than a starting pitcher. But right now, he's dealing, and the Maple Leafs playing 3 games in 3 days. The pitching staff is wearing thin. They need some length of their opener this afternoon.
I'm sure the staff down there on the left field line is pretty happy of what they've gotten out of Sam Green so far.
Nobody warming up in the Maple Leafs bullpen. Yomar Concepcion's 1-1 pitch way inside and just barely missed Jose Vinicio, 2-1. Concepcion has pitched 157 innings in the Intercounty Baseball League. Career A of 3.69. This will be pitch number 35 from Concepcion, and it was a swing and a miss by Jose Vinicio. I'm not sure if he got a piece of it as the ball went to the backstop. 2-2. Little chopper out in front of the plate. Keys whips to first, and the ball goes down the line. Jose Vinicio is going to have to scamper back to first as he thought about making the turn. And remember, if you make that turn at first base, you can be picked off coming back to first. So smart play there by Jose Vinicio to scramble back to the bag.
And the excuse me swing works. Vinicio, they'll hustle out of the box. I'm not sure if they'll score that infield hit or an error. I'm sure we'll find out eventually. But again, that speed in that number 1 leadoff spot showing off big here for the side of Toronto.
Justin Mara check swing, went around, strike 1. The score just came in. They're going to give that an E2 on Keys. But Jose Vinicio will try and make the most of it. 0-2 count here, maybe a breaking ball count to Justin Morrow. We'll see if Jose Vinicio is off and running. Takes a while to get his lead. Now takes an aggressive lead at first base, and he was going, but then stopped. And that actually might have distracted the pitcher Concepcion as his breaking ball was way outside.
Playing some mind games on the base paths right there is Vinicio.
Jose Vinicio waits at first base for a long time and then scampers out to his lead. Fly ball by Justin Mara. This one's on the outfield. Austin Patterson comes in and makes the catch. One away. Jordan Castaldo steps in, hitting .333, 12 at bats, 4 hits, 3 RBIs on the season.
And the man responsible for the lone run today had that sac fly back in the first.
Line drive into left field. That's a base hit for Jordan Castaldo. 2 on with 1 out for the Maple Leafs, and here comes Jesse Hodges.
Singled back in the first, and again, Hodges. Should we call him the dual threat now, or wait till he comes into a game?
I think we wait till he comes into a game. I was talking to Jeff Lounsbury about Jesse Hodges. He said it might take him a little while to get back in the swing of things, if you will, literally and figuratively, because he hasn't played baseball in a couple years. First pitch is fouled off, but Jeff Lounsbury described it as he was going to get bit by the bug after a while. What he meant by that was that once he starts playing the game again, he will become obsessed with baseball. Once again, he was into the coaching side of things, but now back into the playing side of things here with the Maple Leafs. And it didn't feel like it's taken long for the bug to bite him, because he was 2 for 5 in his first game.
He was coming in hot. It was Jesse Hodges in that first game back. And again today, starting off his day really, really well in that first plate appearance.
He was 2 for 5, but the 3 times he didn't get a hit were strikeouts. Vinicio goes. Hodges takes inside. Throw down. That was a better throw that time, but not in time. Jose Vinicio swipes third base. 2 steals this afternoon, both of them at a been of third.
And then again, it's just a huge 90 feet. When you can get to third base with less than 2 outs, really, any ball in play, you should be scoring, especially if you have speed like Jose Vinicio.
Maple Leafs have also joked in their locker room. They have a lot of veteran guys, but doesn't mean they can't play some college baseball. And what they mean by that was kind of like what we saw J.J. Dutton do on that winning run. Pitch to Hodges is skied in the air down the left field line. Jose Vinicio might go on this if the catch is made. The catch is not made. It falls in foul territory. And I don't know how bad that is for the Guelph Royals, as that certainly would have driven in a run with Jose Vinicio.
Yeah, definitely saved a run. But quick little shout out right there. Brando LaRue, the shortstop, ran, I believe he was almost behind second base, and he got all the way out there, showing off some real speed. That hurt my legs to watch.
1-2 to Hodges. This one's flied in the air, and this, we'll see if it's deep enough. Jose Vinicio, he's coming home. Here's the throw to the plate, and it's dropped by the catcher Keys. Now Jordan Castaldo heading for second base. He slides in there, and Jesse Hodges, just a veteran play to get the ball in the air and drive in a run, and the Maple Leafs lead 2-0.
Heads up base running right there by Jordan Castaldo. Saw that throw going to home plate, got away from the catcher, and immediately just took off to second base. And once again, you have a runner in scoring position again. But you said it best, partner. Jesse Hodges, great at bat right there to cash in the run.
That's also his first Inter-County Baseball League RBI for Jesse Hodges. Pitch to Salazzo, inside corner, strike one. With that throw getting away from the catcher, it allowed Jordan Castaldo to move up to second base. So now John Salazzo has an RBI opportunity with 2 outs. Salazzo fists one into the outfield, and that one's gonna fall. Jordan Castaldo is chugging around third base. Here's the throw to the plate, and it gets away again and hit the runner, Jordan Castaldo. John Salazzo moves up to second, and the Maple Leafs lead 3-0 on an RBI single by Salazzo.
The offense is cooking right now for the Maple Leafs. And it's just once those bats get hot, they start to roll, and we're seeing it here in person. Some phenomenal at-bats and just really good base running out of these Leafs.
So with Greg Carrington coming to the plate, it sends the pitching coach out to the mound for the Guelph Royals. Concepcion will stay in the game, but now the pitch count is starting to get up there. It's at 47 pitches. This is the first outing of the season for Concepcion. Pitch is up and away to Greg Carrington. Carrington is 0 for 1. He struck out in his first at-bat. Another runner in scoring position for him. I was going to mention as well on that play that Jose Vinicio was coming to the plate. That easily could have been a double play instead of 2-0 Toronto, as that ball would beat Jose Vinicio to the plate by probably 4 steps.
Yeah, it just got away from the catcher, but you know, the breaks fall in Toronto's way. They'll take them. But a solid throw from the right fielder. I believe that is, yes, it's Owen Ellis out there in right field. Great, strong arm.
If that play is made at the plate, this is a whole different dynamic to the ball game. The Guelph Royals would be batting right now, and the score would be 1-0. Ball 4 to Greg Carrington. He heads down to the unoccupied first base. Ryan Burnside with runners on first and second. Burnside rips one on the ground, but that one's right to the first baseman, Ethan Hammond, who steps on the bag, and that'll do it. But the Toronto Maple Leafs cash in a couple more runs as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Leafs leading the Guelph Royals 3-0 here on Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. 9 up, 9 down for Sam Green. He's back on the mound in the 4th inning. Sam Green facing the leadoff hitter, J.D. Williams, who was retired for the first time in the IBL season. His last time up, big swing and a miss on a high fastball, strike 1. Pitch is low, 1-1.
And appealed down to first base. They will say he did go.
Oh, 0-2. I got a monitor sitting in front of me, that's why I can't see. 0-2 for Sam Green. He has 5 strikeouts this afternoon, and it's fouled off down the right field line.
I'm very happy I didn't park my car over there because that's where that ball was heading. One fouled off.
Yep, don't park your car down the foul lines here at Dominico Field. Balls can find it. 0-2 in the dirt. Sam Green has gone 4 innings once in his Intercounty Baseball League career. Actually, twice. He did it twice last year. Here's a ball hit in the air, not too deep. Standing there is Jesse Hodges, who makes the catch. 1 away. That is the loudest contact that we've seen against Sam Green this afternoon.
And really didn't even seem like it was barreled up that hard. It was kind of still one of those routine plays out there to left field. So continuously, Sam Green is just doing a really, really good job at missing these barrels of the Guelph Royals.
I actually want to take that Sam Green stat back again. He's actually done it 3 times. He's gone 4 innings. He went 4 1/3 against Hamilton back on August 7th last season. And that was his longest outing. Gave up 3 runs on 3 hits in that outing. Struck out 6. Pitch in there for a strike to Brando LaRue. The 1-1 is inside, 2-1. Karam's off the glove of Leafs catcher Justin Mara.
Now, partner, I don't know if I'm going crazy or not, but do you also hear the faint sound of a drum somewhere? Or is that just me?
Yeah, I mean, if you look around Dominico Field, there's a lot of people just scattered around. And we also know that we have a lot of passionate fans. Could be a Bushman down the left field line. Outside, ball 4. Sam Green allows his first base runner of the afternoon, and it comes with 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Were you trying to imply that they were banging on trash cans or something?
No, I'm just want to make sure I'm not going crazy sitting up here on the top of the hill. So I feel like I can hear a faint sound of a drum somewhere, and I just don't know if it's my imagination or if it's actually happening.
Yeah, Zach keeps darting his eyes toward the Maple Leaf dugout. I don't know what that's all about. Ethan Hammond is the batter, playing first base for Guelph. Sam Green would love a double play ball, but in an 0-2 count, upstairs 3-0. All of a sudden, the control of Sam Green is starting to waver just a little bit. Sam Green worked back from 3-1 counts twice this game to come back for a strikeout. Here's the 3-0 way inside, ball 4, and each of those pitches, Sam Green looking down at his foot on the mound, maybe just not happy with his balance. could be something mechanical that he's not liking about his delivery. Jose Vinicio is going to come in and talk about it as well. The former Boston Red Sox farmhand. Tristan Pompey is coming up. Was 1 for 3 in the only game that Guelph has played this season. That was a 10-5 win against the Hamilton Cardinals. Pitch is up and in. J.D. Williams led the way in that game. He was 4 for 4. Then Ethan Hammond was 2 for 4. Each of Pompey, LaRue, and Keys had RBIs. Here's a ball popped in the air. It's on the infield. Jose Vinicio goes back and casually makes the catch. 2 away.
And that's a big out right there for the side of the Maple Leafs. Back-to-back walks. You come right back and get the out right after. So good position now to get out of the danger here. Still have to go up against a dangerous hitter in Jeff McLeod.
McLeod fouls it straight back. Jeff McLeod actually closed out the ball game for the Guelph Royals. He gave up 3 runs, and it was enough as he had an 8-run cushion going into the 9th inning. Runner from third going, throw down, and they got him! Justin Mara cannon down to third base, and the Guelph Royals are retired in the 4th inning, and Sam Green is now through 4 innings of scoreless baseball. It's Toronto 3, Guelph 0. We'll be back in just a moment. Adam Mara will lead things off for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and his first pitch is hit in the air. This one's to right field. Owen Ellis under it, makes the catch, 1 away. Yomar Concepcion now through 3 in the 3rd innings, 3 runs on 3 hits.
Dos Santos back up to the dish. Tried to bunt his way on last time and was thrown out by just a step.
Pitch in there for a strike. So some clarification as well on that caught stealing at third base. It appeared that the Guelph Royal Brando LaRue overslid the bag. The initial tag wasn't in time, but then LaRue overslid the bag and John Salazzo kept the tag on him and got the out.
Heads up play by Salazzo at third.
2-2 to Ryan Santos. Would love to get on for the top of the order. Just gets a piece of it and fouls it back.
Now, partner, do you notice anything different about Mr. Ryan Dos Santos at the plate right now?
His arm sleeve?
He's changed his high socks to pants,
Oh.
trying to get a hit.
That was a good guess by me too, though. Swing and a miss, strike three. Dos Santos goes down swinging. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's had a bit of a slow start to the season offensively, but Ryan Santos has walked 4 times to start the year, so he's been getting on base, which is his job with the speed that he has. Do you have any insight on that? Or?
All I know, it's been a while for baseball. He's, like, from what my understanding was, he's been away from baseball for a little bit, so he's trying to get back into the swing of things fully.
Whoa, up and in on Jose Vinicio as he dives out of the way. Sometimes can be difficult to regroup after taking a pitch up and in like that. Vinicio has got to find the willpower to hang in there and get the front foot down. Vinicio bunting, he gets it down to third base. Barlas fields it, whips it over to first in time. Just got Jose Vinicio, and that will end the inning. 2 bunts down to third base. Darius Barlas has been up to the task each time. 3-0 Toronto Maple Leafs as we head to the 5th inning. Thomas West and Zach Benoit will be back in just a couple of moments. Jeff McLeod was caught stealing, or was at the plate on the caught stealing to end the top of the 4th inning, so he's back at the plate here to lead off the 5th. Sam Green coming out in the 5th inning. Remember, his longest outing is 4 1/3.
Wants to be qualified for that win. This squad up 3-0. Whoa, watch out.
Swing and a miss by McLeod. He needs some pine tar, and that's what he's going to go get right now from the dugout.
It wasn't the right kind of pine tar.
Yeah. It had nothing to do with he was way in front of a breaking ball. It was just he needed more pine tar. Jeff McLeod played for the Maple Leafs in the 2021 IBL season. This one's fouled off. In that season, McLeod played 18 games, hit .220, and had a home run as well. I remember that home run very clearly. It was to dead center field. Two-run shot.
A very distinct memory for you?
Yeah, I do. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Sam Green now has 7 Ks on the afternoon. Six strikeouts for Sam Green. But there's still time.
There's still time. Dominance on the mound all around, though, from Sam.
Fantastic outing.
Good confidence booster for the rest of the season, too.
One and one to Owen Ellis. Ellis is 0 for 1 today. Fouls it off. One, two. Fouled off again. A little bit better contact that time.
Diving out of the way on the hill with some fans.
That one had some heat on it. Just barely got over the fence.
That was one of the good old dolphin dives you saw in video games.
Fly ball. This one's to center field. Ryan Santos moving over, makes the catch. Relatively deep in center field. Good contact there from Owen Ellis, and that now matches the longest outing of Sam Green's Intercounty Baseball League career, 4 2/3. One more out, and he can get his first win as a starting pitcher. Pitch is up and away, ball 1 to Brandon Keys.
Was it? 100% sure,
2-0. Sam Green trying to get back in the strike zone here. Just misses low. Green looking in there for a while. Now he's got a 3-0 count to Keys.
I don't think he could believe it there either. That pitch missing. Nonetheless, has to battle back.
Missed up and in, ball 4. Guelph Royals have 3 base runners this afternoon, all of them coming via the walk from Sam Green. Runner on first base. Green trying to get out of this 5th inning and qualify for the win. Here's a fly ball. This one's to left field. Going back is Jesse Hodges. He makes the catch. And Sam Green is through 5 scoreless innings for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And in line for the win, but still lots of time to go. And the bats for the Toronto Maple Leafs would probably like to get a little bit more going here against the Guelph Royals. It's Maple Leafs 3, Royals nothing. We'll be back on Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball on YouTube. So it's the catcher, Justin Mara, who's going to lead things off. New pitcher on the mound for the Guelph Royals is Nelson Mercado. Nelson Mercado pitched last season with the Guelph Royals. That was his first year in the Intercounty Baseball League. Comes out of Brampton, Ontario, a 2003 born player. Justin Mara hits one in the air. This one's deep to left field, and it's gone. A leadoff home run for Justin Mara, and the Maple Leafs lead 4-0.
What a swing. Opposite field power by the man that does it all behind the dish.
So Justin Mara gets his second of the season, now tied for the Intercounty Baseball League lead in home runs, although it is early, but that's the second home run in as many days for Justin Mara, and he's hot at the plate right now.
He flew to left field his last plate appearance, and then that one got more of it, and it kept carrying until it was over that wall.
Oh, 1 to Castaldo. Just low, 1-1. Yeah, that's opposite field power there from Justin Mara. I don't even know if he got all of it, but he just fought it off to left field, and it went over that short fence. Castaldo fouls it off down the left side.
Just missing the cars. Was that foul ball?
Two low, and good take there from Castaldo. That breaking ball just low. So the first batter of the game that Nelson Mercado has to face is Justin Mara, and he hits the home run. Now he's in a 3-2 count against Jordan Castaldo, and I was just about to read out the stat line from Nelson Mercado last season, a 4.60 ERA, 29 and a third innings pitched. Outside of ball 4, he walked 18 batters last season. That's his first walk of this year and his first appearance of the 2023 season. Jordan Castaldo, if you needed anybody in the Intercounty Baseball League last season to draw a walk, you call on Jordan Castaldo. He was the best at that in the IBL last year. Here's Jesse Hodges. Had an RBI in his first back, a sac fly to center field. Now he puts one high in the air. Out goes the shortstop LaRue. He's parked under it and makes the catch 1 away. Jesse Hodges just missed that one.
And just before that, I was going to say Hodges on the 1-for-1 on the day with that sac fly his last time up, but the skyrocketed shot to the shortstop retires him.
Yeah, Jesse Hodges knows how to hit at Christie Pitts though, because if you're hitting here, you don't want to be getting on top of the ball. You want to be getting under it. You can get home runs quite easily down the left and right field lines. John Salazzo easily has the power to reach that right field fence. 0-1. 0-2 takes down the middle. Salazzo an RBI single in his last at bat. Breaking ball low from Mercado.
Just seems since Mercado has come into the game, he just hasn't been able to find it. Obviously, you know, given that leadoff home run, might have shaken him a little bit. See if he can bounce back here.
Nelson Mercado only pitched about half the season for the Guelph Royals last year, and the last outing he had was brilliant against the Hamilton Cardinals. Pitched 5 innings, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts. But that was all the way back on July 31st of last year. Salazzo pops it up. This one's back and out of play down the left side. Nelson Mercado appeared in 8 games and started half of them. And the Guelph Royals, if they want some length, they could get it. There was one game last year in June against Barrie where he pitched 8 innings of one-hit baseball. Mercado's pitch is in the dirt, and it's going to get all the way to the backstop, so Jordan Castaldo will be able to easily jog into second base. Runner in scoring position with 1 out for Salazzo. He drove in Jordan Castaldo with his last at-bat, but won't this time as he walks for ball 4 as he heads down to first base. First and second for Greg Carrington.
And Carrington coming to the dish, walked his last time up.
The final line on Yomar Concepcion, 4 innings, 3 runs on 3 hits. Only 1 of those runs was earned. Struck out 4 batters. The 0-1 is over the outside corner, breaking ball from Nelson Mercado. 0-2. Big moment here for Mercado to try and get out of the inning against Carrington. Keep this a 4-0 ball game. Pitches in the dirt, it gets to the backstop, so 2 runners are going to be in scoring position. And a Greg Carrington single could really blow this thing wide open. here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And that takes away the chance of the double play. So the inning could be a little bit longer now. Can't just get out of it with one more pitch. And we'll see the infield creep on in.
1-2 from Mercado, up and away, 2-2. Infield playing way in on the grass here. There's no chance Jordan Costello is going to be able to score on a ground ball. Carrington hits one in the air pretty deep. Back goes Ellis. It's at the wall and it's gone! Greg Carrington, a 3-run homer. And the Maple Leafs lead 7-0.
The door has been blown wide open. A huge hit at a Greg Carrington. And that one just kept carrying and carrying until it hit that right field wall. Wow.
Just barely got over the fence. There in right field. It's a huge swing from Carrington. Now the Leafs lead 7-0. As of right now, we don't see any action in the Maple Leafs bullpen.
Guess you could say this is Sam Green's game until proven otherwise. We went back and forth about it at the start of the game, just really how this offense has just started to roll after that home opener and that season opener. And again, shown right here, another crooked number on the board. They're up 7.
I believe I saw Chris Nagorski worming in the bullpen for a moment back in the 4th inning. But right now, nothing. Greg Carrington has been fantastic to start the season, now batting over 500. And that pitch is going to hit Maple Leafs batter Ryan Burnside. He'll head down to first base.
What's the score?
7-0.
For who?
Toronto.
Dan Mara is 0 for 2 this afternoon. He's got a runner on first base. Nelson Mercado has just been able to get the 1 out so far. It's in the dirt. No action in the Royals bullpen either. It's clear they need some length from Nelson Mercado. Mara rips it on the ground and eats up the shortstop LaRue. He's still got time to throw to first, but not in time. Dan Mara hustling down the line. He scorched that ball to LaRue, who did a good job just to knock it down.
Tough play, caught him on his back foot. So it was hard for him to make a strong throw over to first. Mara hustling, like you said, out of the box. And I'll bring up Ryan Dos Santos.
Ryan Santos, the number 9 hitter for the Maple Leafs. Fouls it off. Taking a look around the Intercounty Baseball League, the Welland Jackfish trail the Kitchener Panthers 4-3. That one's in the bottom of the 4th inning. Welland had a 3-1 lead at one point in that game. The London Majors up 3-1 over the Hamilton Cardinals. And just getting started, still 0-0 in the top of the 1st. It's the Brantford Red Sox and the Barrie Bay Cats. 7-0 Maple Leafs. So yeah, that's who we suspected would come into this game at some point. Daniel Procopio for the Maple Leafs. Over the outside corner, strike 3 called. Ryan Santos goes down looking. 2 outs now for Nelson Marcado. Jose Vinicio is 2 for 3. Reached via an error and scored. Both times he's been on base, he's come around to score. In fact, he's stolen third base 2 times. Vinicio chops 1 foul.
He's shown off the speed so far in that leadoff spot. And early on, in the early stage of this game, it was really all Vinicio. Scored both runs. And now the rest of the team has finally caught up with him.
Oh, and 1. Marcado trying to get out of this inning. One that the Maple Leafs have scored 4 runs. A little chopper down the left field line by Vinicio is just foul. Gives his bat a couple taps to make sure it's not broken. Appears to be okay. Oh, 2. Swinging a ball hit to center field, not particularly deep. And the catch is made by Ashton Patterson, and that will retire the Maple Leafs, but not before they score 4 runs as we head to the 6th. The Maple Leafs leading 7-0 over the Guelph Royals. Welcome back. New pitcher in the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Daniel Procopio on the mound. Has pitched 1 inning so far this year, and it went well. A strikeout and no hits allowed against the London Majors back in the home opener. Daniel Procopio is a big signing for the Toronto Maple Leafs, and he actually played in the Intercounty Baseball League back in 2017, played for the Kitchener Panthers. Had an outing against the Toronto Maple Leafs here at Dominico Field where he allowed just one run and one hit over 5 innings.
And that appearance, he said, "I love this park, I love that team, I'll play for them in 2023.
Yeah, I don't know if he had that lined up, but here he is now, back on the very same mound. 2-1. And there for a strike, 2-2. Ashton Patterson is the batter. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Procopio works back with 3 consecutive strikes to get Patterson, and back to the leadoff man. Now it's J.D. Williams.
0 for 2 on the day, struck out in the first, and back in the fourth, he flew it to left field.
First pitch is in there for a strike to Williams. Daniel Procopio looks in, the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That was a frisbee slider over the outside corner, strike 2. Here's the ball crushed in the air. This one's deep to left field, and that one is way out of here. J.D. Williams gets the Guelph Royals on the board. It's 7-1.
Don't think there was any doubt about that one, partner. Off the bat. Wow, just what power at a J.D. Williams. First run of the game for the Guelph Royals, but also the first hit of the game for the Royals.
Yeah, whatever that pitch was from Procopio, it looked like J.D. Williams was looking for it. It's definitely up in the zone. Might have been a fastball. Williams did not miss it. That was hit with authority to left field. Pitch is inside, 1-1. Daniel Procopio was drafted twice in Major League Baseball. The first time was a 22nd round draft pick by the New York Mets, and then a couple years later got drafted by the Los Angeles Angels after deciding to go to school. Went to Niagara University and Lewiston, New York. This one's hit in the air to center field. Dos Santos tracks about 7 steps back and makes the catch. 2 away. And if I'm not mistaken as well, that is the first home run that Daniel Procopio has allowed in the Intercounty Baseball League. Just had 3 games before this season in 2017, but in the 11 innings that he pitched, he just allowed the 1 run. Pitch up and away, might have lost his footing on the mound there. Ethan Hammond is at the plate. 2 outs, nobody on. The 0-2, or the 2-0, outside, ball 3. Hammond 0 for 1 with a walk this afternoon. Pitch up and away, ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk to the Royals' first baseman. And that'll bring up Tristan Pompey.
Royals trying to mount a little bit of the comeback here. Getting a little bit of momentum back on their side after that big fly from Williams.
There's certainly time, but we don't know what the depth of the Toronto Maple Leafs bullpen is like. You'd have to imagine that they want a couple innings out of Daniel Procopio. 3 games in 3 days is always a tough feat for an inter-county baseball league team. And especially early in the season when maybe not all the pitchers are up to their full pitch counts yet. There's a strike, 1-1. I don't have any insight on who is available in the Maple Leafs bullpen this afternoon, but it's certainly not as much as it would have been on Friday when they started this 3-3, that's for sure. Pompey fouls it off. Just 1 hit for the Guelph Royals this afternoon, but it was a big fly in this inning from J.D. Williams. Pompey rips it foul down the left field line. Procopio trying to get out of the inning. Outside, 2-2. Ball hit on the ground up the middle, just past the outstretched glove of Adam Mara. Now first and second with 2 outs, and the Guelph Royals, if they want to come back in this baseball game, have got to cash in at least one of these runs. And it's falling on the shoulders now of former Maple Leaf Jeff McLeod.
And the momentum just seems like it's swinging in the way of the Royals. The home run earlier on in the inning. Now back-to-back base runners reaching, and you said it best. All that comes down right now on Jeff McLeod.
This one goes off the glove of Justin Mara. Now 2 runners are in scoring position.
I believe that's also the second time this inning that's happened. During the last at-bat against Pompey, same thing. I think Mara got a little bit crossed up with Procopio.
The 0-1 to McLeod. In there for a strike, 1-1. Owen Ellis is on deck. McLeod 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Big swing and a miss, strike 2. Maybe that was fouled off at the plate. It must have been. But Procopio will take it. Big pitch coming here to Jeff McLeod. The 1-2. Over the outside corner, strike 3 called. Daniel Procopio minimizes the threat and just allows the 1 run on the homer to J.D. Williams. It's 7-1, the Maple Leafs leading the Guelph Royals. We'll be right back. Justin Mara is going to lead things off for the Maple Leafs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nelson Mercado is back on the mound trying to settle things down after a rather rough first inning first inning of relief, as he was greeted with a leadoff home run by this guy, Justin Mara, standing at the plate. Maple Leafs one batter away from batting around that last inning. So far, 4 runs on 2 hits and a couple walks for Mercado. Two and one here to Justin Mara. Here's a ball hit in the air, deep to left field. It had home run distance, but was foul.
Something about Nelson Mercado's pitches to Mara is just, he's reading them out of the hand perfectly. That one was just a little bit too early.
Not that one though, swing and a miss. Strike 3, ball in the dirt. Justin Mara will head back to the dugout. That's the second strikeout in relief for Nelson Mercado.
I'll take the caster's curse there on that one.
Yeah. I had a really good feeling that that was actually going to be a strikeout for Justin Mara. We see him a lot have those home run swings and then get a little bit over anxious and cut out one in the dirt. Here's a ball crushed. This one's deep to left field at the wall. Jumping and making a great catch is Ashton Patterson. Jordan Castaldo gave it a ride.
Nice play in left field. Ashton Patterson jumping. And one thing to note also here at Christie Pitts is there's no warning track out there.
Yeah.
So it's just all grass. So it's you got to give credit to these outfielders for making those reads at the wall. Because usually that warning track there to help them. Not the case here.
First pitch is in there to a strike, for a strike. We should have mentioned this before. Yoshi Ishihara came in defensively for Jesse Hodges in that last inning. So now he's at the plate hitting in the cleanup spot where Jesse Hodges was. And Yoshi Ishihara, what a start to the season he has had. 7 for 11 with a couple doubles and 2 RBIs. He has been unbelievable. Another 2 for 5 last game for Ishihara. Ishihara takes up and in, 2 and 1. Yoichi Ishihara has also stolen 4 bases when it gets out of the hand of Nelson Mercado. Goes well over the head on a breaking ball.
He did have the team lead with those 4 stolen bases, but Jose Vinicio said, no, I'm going to take it back here.
In the dirt, Yoshi Ishihara is on first base, and he has tremendous speed out there at first. With 2 outs, he'll try and get in scoring position for John Salazzo. Ishihara was actually 4 for 5 last game. Salazzo takes up and away on a breaking ball. 1-0.
Salazzo walked his last time up and scored via that Carrington 3-run shot.
There goes Ishihara down to second base, and he picked a perfect pitch to do it on as well. That one was in the dirt, so no throw down to second base. That'll be the 5th stolen base of the season for Ishihara.
I believe now he is back tied with Jose Vinicio for the lead in stolen bases.
Yeah. John Salazzo with a runner in scoring position, and now it'll be at third base as Ishihara moves up on the wild pitch. Pitch in there for a strike, 3-1. Here's a ball rocketed over the first baseman's head. John Salazzo with an RBI single. It's 8-1.
And Salazzo got all of that one, pulled it right down that first baseline. And cashes in the RBI, but Ishihara kind of manufactured that run by himself. Stolen base, advancing on the wild pitch, and then just goes home quite easily.
Yeah, huge by Ishihara, picking up a couple of extra 90-foot lengths to second base and third. Greg Tarrington hit a big 3-run home run, which is a big difference maker in this game right now. That was in his last at-bat. Carrington had 2 outs and runners on second and third with the infield in, but hit it well over their heads into the outfield. John Salazzo at first base. Couple pitches spiked into the dirt here by Nelson Marcado.
And you can hear it ever so faintly, but down that left field line, it's the Bushmen. Always here having a good time.
Yeah, they are. And the big thing about the Bushmen is that they got lots of always heckling, but all their heckles are clean. It's all good family fun. They make sure there's no swear words. And a lot of the heckles are pretty creative too. It's worth
It's worth the listen.
Yeah.
Maybe one of these days we just set the broadcast up over there and we let the viewers at home have a listen.
I could see a Bushman being on the broadcast this year. Over the inside corner for a strike. If not, if you're listening, Bushman, I'm about to reach out to you to come on Leafs Weekly as well. So have your emails open. We're going to need some perspective from the Bush for sure this year. Carrington grounds out to second base. Throw over to first in time. 8-1 Maple Leafs. John Salazzo with a couple RBI singles this afternoon. One of them coming there in that inning. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. The Toronto Maple Leafs out big against the Guelph Royals. Owen Ellis leading things off against Daniel Procopio in his second inning of work. Top of the 7th inning, Maple Leafs leading 8-1. They tacked on another run with a John Salazzo RBI single in the bottom of the 6th. Yoichi Ishihara got his 5th stolen base of the season to tie Jose Benicio, so they are indeed leading the Intercounty Baseball League in stolen bases, Benicio and Ishihara. Swing and a miss from Ellis on a high fastball, 1-1.
And just another beautiful day here at Dominico Park. Not as windy as it was last week.
Fly ball to center field. Santos moving over, makes the catch. 1 away. Brendan Keys, the catcher for the Royals. Pitch is outside. The Guelph Royals need to figure out who's going to be catching this season for them. They have 4 catchers listed on their roster. Brendan Keys and Evan Ashe are the 2 that have played this season. Pitch from Procopio might have slipped out of his hand as it was way outside, 2-0. And then Jacob Wall and Noah Roberts, who is playing at Arizona Western College, a 21-year-old also on the Royals roster.
It's the good old catch by committee over there in the Guelph Royals club.
Right now it's been Brendan Keys who started the first 2 games for them. They also have some big bats on the roster not in this game as well. That pitch is right down the middle on a 3-0 count, 3-1. Justin Interessano has been around the Intercounty Baseball League for a long time. He's a first baseman. Mike Sassetto also has a lot of power, another first baseman. And then Josh Garton, who, as this pitch is outside, ball 4. Keys will head down to first base. It's a walk from Dan Procopio. Josh Garton can hit the ball like anybody in the Intercounty Baseball League. He crushed a couple big home runs last season here at Dominico Field. He plays second base, not in the lineup tonight either.
Now, Daniel Procopio out for the second inning of work, but want to go back and just kind of talk about real quick. Sam Green, 5 innings pitched, no runs allowed, no hits allowed, 6 strikeouts and 3 walks. I mean, just all around fantastic performance from that young man. And in what you noted was his longest outing of his IBL career.
Yeah, and I think it's his best outing as well of his IBL career. Sam Green was really good on the mound today, getting the strikeouts, and just nothing he threw was getting hit hard. Just a lot of soft contact and strikeouts. So didn't even allow a hit through 5 innings. Darius Barless is at the plate. He's been a Guelph Royal since 2018. Has a career batting average in the IBL of .237. Pitch, strike 3, outside corner. Barless goes down looking, and now there's 2 outs. It's the number 9 hitter, Ashton Patterson. The Maple Leafs out to a pretty comfortable lead, but Dan Procopio gave up a home run to the guy who's on deck, J.D. Williams. So he would obviously like to get the number 9 hitter, Ashton Patterson, to end the inning.
And Patterson has also just been struggling at the plate today. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts.
But he has had a good day defensively. Made a fantastic catch on a line drive to the wall by Jordan Castaldo.
It was a good read from him all the way to the wall.
Now this is interesting. You saw there, Julian Russell is warming up in the bullpen for the Maple Leafs. Russell was the third baseman in the home opener for the Maple Leafs. And he is a guy who has pitched more than he's been a player. Julian Russell pitching in college baseball. Outside corner for a strike, 2-2. Daniel Procopio continues to fall behind batters, but then quickly gets himself back into the count. 2-2, 2 outs. Procopio trying to stop the threat right here. He will not. Outside corner just missed. 3-2.
And you can kind of see it over there, just looking at the Maple Leafs bullpen. Obviously, you can't see it at home, but it's Junior Julian Valdez giving a little bit of pointers right there to Russell.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Procopio gets Patterson, and he's through 2 innings. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. The bats for the Toronto Maple Leafs coming up. New pitcher into the game for the Guelph Royals. It's Yuki Narita out of Sendai, Japan. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-2 on Ryan Burnside. Yuki Narita had a really good outing on Friday. 3 strikeouts, struck out the side in the 1 inning that he threw. The The 1-2 just outside, 2-2. Narita's pitch is up and away. Here's a high chopper off the bat of Burnside. Narita is going to just put the tag on Ryan Burnside. One away. So one away, Dan Mara. It's 7, 8, 9 coming up for the Maple Leafs.
So far on the day, Dan Morrow 1 for 3, excuse me. He singled his last time up.
Now Mara lifts one over, dive and catch. Made by the first baseman, Ethan Hammond. What a catch.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap, and right there, that's it. Nice diving play by Ethan Hammond.
The funny thing is that if he let that ball get through, that would have been a ground ball to the second baseman. But Ethan Hammond came over and made the dive anyway. If Ethan Hammond hadn't made that catch, the only question would be, would Yuki Narita have been able to get to first base in time to beat Dan Mara? Narita's pitch is inside for a ball. Yuki Narita now ahead in the count, 0-2. Pitch in there for a strike. Eight runs on 6 hits for the Maple Leafs this afternoon. Just outside 2-2. Guelph Royals have a single and a home run. That's it in terms of offense. Now just have 6 outs to try and score 7 runs. They want to come back in this ball game. They had 10 runs on 10 hits on Friday.
I think it just kind of goes to show really the shutdown performance that we saw out of Sam Green against this offense.
Just up and away now, 3-2 on Ryan Santos, and if Santos can get aboard, he can quickly make something happen with a steal of second base and maybe even third. 3-2. Narita delivers. Inside corner, strike 3 called. Ryan Santos goes down looking again. And that will end the inning. 8-1, Toronto Maple Leafs over the Guelph Royals as we head to the 8th. It's Thomas West and Zach Benoit on the other side.
should.
Like, I swear to God, if one person tells me at the end of the game.
Daniel Procopio out for a third inning of work. Has allowed just the one run, and it was to this guy right here, J.D. Williams. Hit a moonshot over the left field wall.
In relief, only 2 hits against him so far.
Count is now 1-1 on Williams. J.D. Williams is 1 for 3 with the home run. Pitch is inside now, 2-1. Maple Leafs pitchers have struck out 10 batters this afternoon. 4 strikeouts in 2 innings for Procopio.
Remember when we were worried about the pitching depth on the third day of the 3-3?
Yeah, it's been really good from. I mean, the Maple Leafs only having to use 2 pitchers into the 8th inning gives them more options for the 9th, that's for sure, and an 8-1 cushion as well. Oh, that's strike 3. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. He went around. Make that 11 strikeouts from Maple Leafs pitchers on the day and 5 for Procopio.
It was a little bit of a late appeal by catcher Justin Mara, but first base umpire did signal it. So we have 1 out.
Here's a line shot. This one's hit to the outfield, and that's off the glove of Ryan Santos. Runner coming to second base. He'll be in there with a double. It's a 1-out double for Brando LaRue.
A little bit of an unfortunate break. It was a good read by center fielder Ryan Santos, but just went up for the jump in the glory and just hit off the glove into the ground.
Ethan Hammond has only had 1 official at-bat this afternoon. 2 walks, he's 0 for 1. Swings and fouls it off right to his teammate Tristan Pompey, who's standing in the dugout. Brandon Deans warming up in the Royals bullpen. High chopper to second base, fielded by Dan Mara. Throw to first, it's 2 away. Runner advancing to third base on the play. That's Brando LaRue. Tristan Pompey, the Mississauga, Ontario native, with a duck on the pond at third base. Tristan Pompey spending 3 years in the Miami Marlins system. Also went to college in Kentucky, playing for the Wildcats. 2-0. Low 3-0 to Pompey. Pompey takes outside, ball 4, so now it'll be up to Jeff McLeod to try and cash in one of those Guelph Royal runs on the base path. I mean, Jeff McLeod does have some power. A home run would certainly make things interesting in this game, as he has a big cut and a miss right on cue there from McLeod. McLeod has 18 career home runs in the Inter-County Baseball League, but those are spread out over a couple of years. In fact, I think he played before 2010, so we wouldn't have the stats if he played before 2010.
One of the league's veterans.
Oh yeah.
Been around for a while, the journeyman.
He's played for two teams that don't exist anymore, the Mississauga Twins and the Burlington Bandits. And beyond that, the Guelph Royals, the Kitchener Panthers, the Royals, the Panthers, the Royals, the Leafs, the Royals. And then almost every single season he pitches just a couple games. Back into the 2010 to 2012 era, I mean, he was a legit two-way player. Now he draws a walk down to first base, and the bases are loaded. Owen Ellis 0 for 3 today, but he's made contact in all three of his at-bats. If he could put a ball in the gap here, keep the line moving for the Guelph Royals, things might get interesting. There is some action down there in the Maple Leafs bullpen too. And it's still Julian Russell who's warming up. He might have to come in here in this 8th inning if Procopio can't get out of this jam. Now it's 3-0 with the bases loaded. Daniel Procopio starting to have a bit of trouble finding the strike zone. He's walked his last two batters and is at risk of walking in a run.
I believe that one called the strike, so
Oh,
just narrowly avoiding the 3-0. But you said it best, really. It may be an 8-1 lead right now, but bases loaded, still a threat. One swing of the bat could change the outlook.
2-1. Chopper to third base, jumping catch by John Salaza, throw down to first, and the Maple Leafs get out of the bases loaded 2-0 jam. Daniel Procopio, 3 innings of work, just allows the 1 run, instrumental in this 8-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs over the Guelph Royals. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Bottom of the 8th inning, Brandon Deans, the new pitcher into the game for Guelph. He's facing Jose Venicio. Brandon Deans comes out of Mississauga, Ontario, and a big presence on the mound. 6'4", 230 pounds. Brandon Deans played for the Oakland University Grizzlies.
Currently attending Humber College here in Etobicoke, Ontario.
Would you happen to know something about that?
I would, yes. The one team I have a lot of insight on this past season there in the OCAA, Deans. Deans actually broke the strikeout record. I believe it was 56 is what he recorded, or it was the previous record that he broke.
Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout in his first batter of the IBL season this year.
Now, we had that foul ball come off towards us here. Was that the closest one that's been here, or?
Yeah.
That's the closest. See, all it was for me to come onto the broadcast team for the balls just to come over our way.
I was ready to like jump over the table and protect the camera there.
I saw you.
Yeah.
I'll bring the glove next time, just in case.
Mara fists one foul.
They want him back. Oh, that's too bad for them. They shouldn't have thrown up here. They shouldn't have been up here. They're not getting nothing back. They have enough balls. They're big enough. They're big enough money.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear this conversation behind us that's going on, but that's just not true. Give the balls back. Inter-County Baseball League teams, every year, one of their biggest expenses every single year is baseballs. So if you're at Christie Pitts, you catch a ball, I think you can go exchange it for a prize or something. Go hand it back to the scorer's box.
There's a bigger hole sitting here. So it's, I ain't gonna throw it over.
3-2. Hammered down the left field line, but just foul. That one was crushed, but about 20 feet foul.
Funny thing about this matchup is it's a current Humber Hawk versus a former.
Yeah.
Again, the insight.
It's been a good matchup, too. 3-2. Low ball 4. Justin Mara, the veteran, wins the battle. Jordan Castaldo has driven a couple balls nearly out of the ballpark the other way to left field. But nothing to show for yet. Has a hit and a walk, scored both times he's been on base. One and oh. Just missed, 2-0.
Said it earlier, I'll say it again. The Bushmen making this very, very entertaining.
Yeah, you liking that?
Loving it.
Yeah. In there for a strike. 2-1 to Jordan Castaldo.
I think the message they're trying to get across to Brandon Deans right now is focus.
Is it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Braden Farrington, who has had a rough first couple outings against the Toronto Maple Leafs, takes his first loss in like 3 years against the Maple Leafs, and then was tagged for the 3-run home run by Justin Mara last game. They had a good one against him where he would wear this yellow glove, and they would always call him out for wearing this mustard glove. That was a big one I heard a lot last year. Outside ball 4, back-to-back walks for Brandon Deans. And the Maple Leafs have 2 on, looking for some probably not needed, but they would take it, insurance runs. In the bottom of the 8th. Yoichi Ishihara, the batter. He walked his first time up and scored on an RBI single. Ishihara fouls it off. One thing I didn't know about Ishihara as well is that he's oh no, he's not. I thought he was hitting the other way. I was thinking it was a switch hitter.
Switch hitter?
No, he's not. One and 1. 2 doubles on the season for Ishihara. Came into this game and still is 7 for 11 at the plate. What a start to his IBL career. Here's a high chopper. This might be a tough play here for the second baseman. He throws to first and it takes him off the bag and it skips into the stands. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are going to score another run. Justin Mara comes home. That'll be a throwing error on the second baseman. J.D. Williams tossing one away at first base, and that'll allow Ishihara to go to second and Castaldo to go to third and Justin Mara to score. It's 9-1.
Any kind of insurance helps. Right there, Ishihara just beating that one out and gets rewarded second base for the wild throw.
John Salazzo takes inside ball 1. Now a couple RBIs. Salazzo fisted an RBI single into left field back in the 8th inning. Now he shoots this one foul into the bush. John Salazzo is a guy with a ton of power, and right on cue, John Salazzo crushes one to left field, and it's gone. 3-run home run for John Salazzo.
The second opposite field home run of the day. And wow, what a shot.
John Salazzo giving the choo-choo celebration with his fist as he rounds. That one's for the Bushman. John Salazzo, when he's not playing baseball, is a conductor, driving a train. 12-1, Toronto Maple Leafs. So now this game blowing wide open. Carrington rips one to shortstop. What a play on the hop by LaRue. Throws to first to get Carrington 2 away. First home run of the season from John Salazzo, and it was the other way, and he flexed the muscle there. That one was crushed to left field. And I was just about to say that John Salazzo was due for his first home run of the season. He's got a lot of power, and he didn't even give me a chance to say it.
Yeah, he told you to shush and just watch as that one sailed.
Yeah, don't worry.
Wow.
I got you.
Salazzo actually playing with AirPods in, listening to the broadcast as he's at the dish.
Yeah. I hope no one's doing that. So one pitcher to another here. Brandon Deeds to Ryan Burnside. John Salazzo has 5 RBIs on the day now.
Wow.
3 for 4. Here's one rocketed out to center field at the wall. It's off the top of the wall. Ryan Burnside missed a home run by a matter of feet as he banged it off the banner there in center field. Two-out double for Ryan Burnside. That's his first hit on the day. Well, I guess that's actually his first hit as a Toronto Maple Leaf as well.
Somebody get that baseball. And really, it's just the Leafs offense to start off the year has just been sensational. Almost double-digit runs in 3 out of the 4 games that they've played. And all around, everybody's just contributing.
Yeah. Right now, the only guys without a hit in the lineup, or that were in the starting lineup, are these two guys here coming up. Dan Mara and Ryan Santos. Pitch over the outside corner for a strike.
Hey, dude. Wonder where you got to. We've just gone out, haven't we? Oh, we'll be back at some point. He's got a sprained ankle, so it's touch and go.
Pitch way inside, 1-1.
Anyway, yes, sorry. Somewhere in his foot.
And even though, again, Dan Mara hasn't gotten a hit so far today, really, he was the one that sparked this offense all the way back in that home opener. Got it going for them.
Yeah, he was. Big 2-run single. At this exact moment, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
This is how it all started.
The Leafs don't need that offense, though, this afternoon. 12-1 over the Guelph Royals. Brandon Deans on the mound, giving up the 3-run homer, and now a ground ball to second base. This should get them out of the inning. Throw on to first, and it will, but the Maple Leafs add on a couple more. Now they lead 12-run on a big 3-run home run by John Salazzo. Last chance here for the Guelph Royals. They need 11. We'll be right back in just a moment. Welcome back, Julian Russell. Welcome back. Julian Russell is on the mound for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They lead 12-1. And we're not really sure who's batting. It wasn't on the lineup card that we got. And it looks like, it's Evan Ashe who's at the plate wearing number 25 today, or 35 today. So Evan Ashe came in yesterday and caught after Brando LaRue. So same situation here this afternoon, but the Guelph Royals will need a plethora of runs for Ashe to have to put on the catcher's equipment as he heads down to first base. First batter is a walk from Julian Russell. And then another pinch hitter coming in as well. It's Mike Sassetto. Big power from Sassetto. Pitches in the dirt, and Ashe is going to move up to second base.
Royals trying to get back any runs that they can right now. It's a big mountain to climb. Got to start somewhere, though.
The big story on the mound right now, if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, is taking a look at Julian Russell. And is this a guy that can be an effective reliever for them? Julian Russell, obviously very young, 2003 born. He's pitched in one game so far. That was against the Barrie Baycats, and didn't go too well for him. He allowed 2 runs on 2 hits. Didn't walk a batter. Sassetto. Oh, bouncing ground ball. That one's going to roll foul. John Salazzo gave it a look. Julian Russell also playing the home opener as the third baseman. He was 1 for 3 and scored a run. Sassetto smacks one on the ground. Dan Mara gobbles it up, throws on to first, 1 away. Ashton Patterson, the batter. Pitches over the outside corner, strike 1 from Russell.
It's been a tough day at the plate so far for Patterson. 0 for 3.
3 strikeouts as well. Patterson rips one in the air, caught on a line. And here comes a play at the plate. It's on the money, the tag, and he's safe. Oh. Oh my. The throw beat the runner coming to the plate by so long that Justin Mara just kind of casually threw the tag down like he was already out, and the home plate umpire called him safe.
Wow.
Well, we don't have as good a perspective from up here, to be fair. You might have seen something we did, but thought that was for sure. I mean, that throw beat him by 7 or 8 steps.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal throw by Ishihara out there in left field. Right on the money, too.
So now 2 outs. 1 run does come in to score. Don't you love how we just get all of these out-of-town sports updates
It's wonderful.
on our ticker? This is fantastic. Ground ball to third base, fielded by John Salazzo, reps a cannon over there to first. And the Toronto Maple Leafs improved to 3-1 on the season. The Guelph Royals fall to 1-1 as they have a resounding 12-2 win over Guelph this afternoon.
All around, really just great performance from the Maple Leafs. The bats came alive, but really to me it was the pitching. Outstanding performance by Sam Green, and then Daniel Procopio coming in relief, and then Julian Russell closing things out. All around a great team win.
Should mention John Salazzo 3 for 4 with 5 RBIs, but the Maple Leafs got a lot more offense than they needed. As you said, the pitching was fantastic this afternoon. Well, from Thomas West as well as Zach Benoit and our great crew here at Toronto Maple Leafs Baseball, we'll say goodbye for now and have a great rest of your evening.